So exciting. All right. So to get the rest of this party started today, we have Linda Luther with us, you guys. And I want to get this right. Let me pull this up. Linda, who I've adored ever since I met her years ago at the company, is now the Senior Global Training and Development Manager at ASEA. So you guys, global training. And so she's here to us today because, again, as I keep telling you, the best trained teams win. And I want to make sure you know how to run your business like a business where you can be looking for information as you grow your own global business and empire. So, Linda, over to you.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for having me. It's so great to see so many familiar faces and join you all this morning. So hello, hello. What I want to be able to kick off with and talk about a little bit is your ASEA resources specific to the VO. So what I want to be able to do really quickly is share my screen with you. And give me just a moment to get this up and going. And I hope I'll be able to see any chats that come through, but I don't know, Denny, if you, at the end, I think we'll open up for a Q&A. So if I miss anything, please let me know. But we will just go ahead and get started. Can I get a thumbs up that everybody can see my screen? Okay, perfect. Okay, well, kicking off with your ASEA resources specific to your VO. We all know teamasea.com. Maybe you go through your replicated website to get into the VO. The great thing is now the Shop ASEA website can link through to your virtual office really quickly as well. So if you are an associate that prefers to just start shopping, you can actually go straight into shopasea.com and just log in there, check out with an on-demand order, add your subscription, or just click on the quick links in the top right corner for your profile to be able to access the fullness of the virtual office. But to kickstart, I want to highlight your qualification widget. I know that this is an overview for a lot of people, but I think there's a lot of really incredible things in the qualification widget that get missed pretty easily because it's something that you see every day all the time. But if it's something that we put up at the top in the homepage for you to look at, it means maybe it's pretty important for you and your business, right? So this is your touch point into what your ASEA business is. And for the sake of this, my account doesn't have too much data, too much information, but I think for the most part, you can understand the navigation and how you can see more. So the first thing that I want to highlight is you can toggle here with the different weeks that we have, commission periods that run through the week. And the great thing about this is if you go back to past weeks and kind of take a look at it, it'll show you past ranks, past qualifications that you had for those specific weeks. So I think it's a really helpful thing for you to dial into your business to really understand where you landed, where you were at, maybe what gaps you had with what you were missing, and different things that you can do to focus on in the coming week. So you'll notice on Monday, it'll always push you forward, but obviously you still have the chance to get some things in to adjust your rank. So you can always toggle that back to previous weeks. Now, if you toggle it back to previous weeks, you can also adjust your rank here. And you can do this in your current week as well to really help you leverage and see what you need to be pushing forward, always looking ahead. What you'll notice is it automatically ranks you up to the last rank. So if I go back to the current commission week, you'll see that I'm just at an associate rank, but it'll automatically push me up to a director rank. And this always helps you to look ahead, to know where you're at, where you're headed, and what you need for your next steps to kind of sort out and get that stability in your business. So I think it's really incredible. Now, if you go up a few ranks, you'll notice that they have additional bars, additional qualifications that you need to meet. What you'll be able to find is once you have data loaded into these, you can actually click into them and it'll load a detailed report of what breakdown you have involved in it. So for your Director 300 legs, you'll see that I can click on that. It'll take me straight into the Director 300 report, which I know Skylar talked about. Hopefully you're all a little bit more familiar with. But it's a really easy way for you to know, okay, to get a little bit more information on my Director 300 legs or where I'm at if I want to get more, push, to help support my group, support my business. You can click on those and it'll show you more about your binary volume or your PGV growth as you look toward future ranks. So I think that's always something good and important to keep in mind with your qualification widget. Now, where you know your business is at, where you're headed, I think an incredible new resource that we have available, I think not many people are fully aware of. With the launch of the new app, we had some incredible new assets that were available. And obviously they are there in the app for you to be able to share and have trackable links associated with it. But another place that we've put a lot of those shared assets and resources over here on the menu. You can pin this menu so you can easily reference it. Under your resources, again, your ASEA resources in the VO, you can scroll down and see this entire section dedicated on the bottom to your toolkits. So toolkits were really built out. There was a lot of thought involved in this. We wanted to really streamline a lot of the resources you may need or tools and assets specific to these big category topics, right? So your virtual office library has so much information, so much knowledge, it has videos, different things like that. All of this is still available through your library, but these toolkits really just help filter out those big assets that are used and important ones specific to those categories. So when you go into the toolkits, this one first is for the ASEA Redox supplement, and you'll find obviously all the different categories. But if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all of these flyers, graphics, just little images specific to ASEA Redox supplement. Now, something that's really important to keep in mind, if you see something here that you just absolutely fall in love with and you want to be using more and you find yourself referring back to it all the time, I would recommend downloading it. It's a really simple thing. If you reference it really quickly, you can always click the heart right here. And you'll notice you have this category that you can just select your favorites. So if you select your favorites, it'll show everything you've hearted, so you can refer to it really quickly. But another great way is to download it. So to download, you'll click on these three dots here in the bottom corner of the image. And you can see you can either directly send it to somebody, or you should have the option here, one of these, if you link it as a photo. From there, you can download the file and upload it in the future. So if you want to save this, it'll be referred to, or it'll be updated every single month. So make sure that you reference everything that you want at the start of the month. All of these get filtered through and will have new imaging and new assets available for you to be able to use. So if you want to save it, make sure that you have that for reference. Again, you can always use these for digital imaging. You can open it up and you'll see a little bit more details, but you can use this for digital imaging, or again, download it and share it directly to somebody over the phone, or use it as a social media post or different things like that. So there's a lot of functionality. Make sure that you click into them so you can see what you have. Because, you know, again, this one's a video that you can upload to your Facebook or your Instagram to be able to see more with it. So you can filter out over here on the left-hand side under the types, if it's an image, if it's a video, different audio files, or just links to new things. So again, I want to cover that in your menu under resources and on the bottom. So you've got a toolkit for ASEA Redox supplement, your cell nutrition, cell performance, cell signaling, a lot of cell information, which is incredible. You've got your Renew Advanced section and also a business opportunity section. So this is the other one I want to click into to highlight a little bit. And obviously, if you find yourself, I think white and blue, right, is what we all stick to, but there's additional assets that you can use if you kind of want to start getting into it and see the different marketing materials that we have around different product categories to really dip your toe and step into something new. So under the business opportunity, we have some new assets available for you to be able to use. And again, most of these are all images, but you'll see next month it might rotate and there might be a video or different files for you to see more about. But I think this is something a little bit new that we've seen roll out with the app that corporate has put together. And the great thing is you can always pair this with your own thing. So I would always recommend if you're printing this out, if you want to use this at an event or something else like that, you can always pair this with one of your links, whether it be your replicated website, an app link, or maybe you want to just use your Shop ASEA link, but you can always convert that to a QR code and pair that in with these images that we have available. So I think it helps to make the business opportunity a little bit more palatable, and maybe you have your specific messaging that has worked for you, what is recommended through your sponsor. So you can really utilize what we have here and just build out that foundational piece for you to be able to additionally communicate whatever your messaging is to really target that audience and connect with who you're speaking with. So the toolkits are pretty incredible. It's a great ASEA resource that we have for you. The other thing that I want to highlight with this, now that you've got some sharing, now that you know where your business is at with your qualification, the next step is really to be able to track and see what you have up and coming with your business. So what I want to go into, there's 2 locations where you can find this, is your ASEA virtual office dashboard. So you have your quick links bar here at the top, which obviously you can always refer to the commission week there in the top as well in your local market region. But here, the second selection that you'll find is your dashboard in the quick links. You can also find it over here in your menu under your reports. So in the reports, it's all alphabetized. You can find it really quickly under dashboard. So we'll go into your virtual office dashboard. And again, I don't have too much information in here, but I think you can get the idea of what all is available to you. So you've got quick details for you to view. I have my wonderful sponsor, Tammy, who got me started with ASEA. But you can see your sponsor details there. And then over to the right-hand side is a quick overview of your volumes. So this is a really great, really easy breakdown for you to reference where your volume is at. Obviously, you had your qualification widget to see how that contributed to your rank. But the great thing about the volume widget within your dashboard is that it shows you a historic 5-week overview. So you can see what your left volume was at, what your right volume was at for the last 5 weeks, the average PGV that you had, the 2-week average that you had for your different volumes, things like that. So it really helps to condense and simplify for you to just do a quick overview of your business. The great thing about this too is you'll see going down the side on the left here under performance, it also shows you your lifetime rank, paid rank, personal enrollments, group enrollments on the left and right, and Director 300 legs for the last 5 weeks. So while the qualification widget gives you a specific breakdown week to week on a specific rank, depending on how you select it, this dashboard really helps to see your business zoomed out a little bit and really see the trends that you may see in your business. So something we'll get to a little bit later is your projected subscription, which might have some data, but we'll keep going down the left-hand side here where you can see growth. So this really helps you to know who's active in your organization. How many subscriptions do you have going through? Maybe your binary tree because you're focusing on getting the stability with your team commissions and to build your rank. So this is a really great report or just segment here of the dashboard for you to see just some general growth and analytics about your business. I think it's a really great touch point and tool for you to be utilizing and really just lay out a complete, again, dashboard of your entire business and your organization. So you can get a little bit familiar with some of these terms. You can dive into it a little bit and understand intimately really what your business looks like in the breakdown. The great thing about this is every single one of these topics you can really delve into through different reports that we have in the virtual office. I know it can be a little bit daunting, but I think if you just get started and challenge yourself to get a little bit familiar with one report, you may find, hey, I'm really looking into how many subscriptions, the percentage of subscriptions that I have in my organization. I want to dive into that a little bit more and see who it is and how that's trending. You can always use your associate customer search, or you can reference it in your Director 300 legs. It'll show you, who's active in your organization. So it's really great that you have all of this data, right? And all of this information, but that's not helpful to you until you know how to really be using it. So I would recommend just getting familiar with the VO, your virtual office, and to keep utilizing that for your business. So the last section of the dashboard we want to go over is the associate team enrollments. This is helpful for you to see how your organization is going and who might be enrolling that you have in your binary organization or your sponsorship organization. So it's really great. It shows you information, something to note. It shows you information at the time of enrollment. So sometimes you may see the subscription still says no, even though somebody created a subscription after enrollment, or some of the details maybe aren't quite the same, but it'll give you an overview of the leg that they went into and who the sponsor is in your group. So you can see, wow, I have a lot of growth coming in on my left leg, or you can see your personal associate enrollments. If you have any customers, it'll actually pop up an additional tab here and it'll say customer enrollments, personal customer enrollments, and you can look through that as well to kind of see who's coming in at what time. So maybe you know, oh, there was a promotion running at this time. I can see during that date, during that week, a lot was coming in. Okay, that helped because I posted, you know, an image or a GIF onto my Facebook, and that really drove a lot of interest and enrollment. So maybe you know in the future to be continuing that same type of behavior. So the last thing that we want to talk about a little bit is this projected subscription report. You have all of this incredible data to see where you're at, where you've been, but this projected subscription report really helps to make you ready to look ahead and know what you have up and coming. So it's a great thing. It shows you the current week, obviously, but then below you'll see that it has future weeks. The great thing is you can quickly click on this view full report to see and dive into this a little bit more, but it gives you a quick overview to know how much volume you have coming from subscriptions in the next 3 weeks. So it'll show you your left volume, your right volume, as well as customer subscriptions that might be coming through. So it's really helpful, I think, while you're planning to know, okay, this next week, I really got to drill down. I'm trying to maintain my bronze rank, right? And so I can see that it's going to be a little bit shy of the 2,000 that I'm going to need to be able to move forward. So you can know to focus in on those efforts. The important thing to note with your projected subscription report is that this is just projected. So if the subscription is postponed, if it's canceled, if it's changed, that will obviously affect the numbers, but you will be able to see those in the current week. And just know that this isn't for sure yet. It may still be subject to change. Somebody could increase the amount or decrease their amount, but you can go in and click on this view full report to really get a comprehensive view of the projected subscription report. So once it loads, you'll notice some of the reports that we have in the virtual office have this little search bar where you can input information. You can search anybody in your organization and look and get an overview of their report as well. So if there's specific groups that you are wanting to drill down into, you can actually look into it. And I know Skylar covered this with the Director 300 report as well. You'll find it in your dashboard. You'll find it in your projected subscription. So if you really want to hone in on one aspect of your business, of your organization, you can, and it's great. So once you scroll down, you'll be able to see that it gives you a breakdown day to day for the following week, or for the current week, sorry, of what you have in subscriptions. So it's a really simple way for you to target maybe some low-hanging fruit when you can see there's a subscription that had a failed payment, right? So when you have numbers in here, you'll be able to see that all of these numbers under left and right or PC, you can click into. So if it shows maybe 500 volume in there, you can click into it and it'll give you an overview of which account with some of their contact information. So you can reach out to this person and say, hey, I noticed that your subscription didn't go through. Maybe you want to update your payment, and it's a great opportunity for you to introduce them maybe to an ongoing promotion we have or some new product for them to be able to try out. So it's really great for you to be able to capture some of those that are just simple volume. It's not new people you have to go find, new people you have to sell. It's just existing people that are wanting to get their subscription anyway. Then you'll notice accounts that have delayed payments. So they've pushed it out, or volume from canceled subscription. It gives you information on who canceled. So maybe you can reach out to them. Again, your associate customer search is a great overview to see who's no longer on subscription, or maybe who canceled their subscription in the last month, 2 months, 3 months, however you want to get set up. And then the last one shows subscription date advances before processing. That just means that they pushed out their subscription date. So they didn't cancel it, but they just pushed out the date so it didn't process the day that it was set. Overview again for you to be able to see maybe how much more volume you have remaining in the week, the total that you have so far, and you'll see that throughout the week starting, so let's say today's Tuesday, you would have all of your information filled through Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are still up in the air. So it's still an opportunity for you to make your number or your goal or your rank for the week. And then again, when you scroll down, you'll be able to see those subscription future weeks for the next 3 weeks for you to get just a general overview. It won't drill down into these numbers up here until you're in the current week. So it's a great gauge for you to see who's already on subscription, what volume you already have coming in, and maybe a little bit of a breakdown of where that goes. So that's just a really quick overview. I want to leave some time for questions here.